Hi Aquarius, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your monthly reading for October. I hope you guys are all well. I am going to take a quick second to remind everybody that this is a general reading. It may not resonate for every Aquarius out there. So guys, we're going to start with your current energy, and then we're going to look at the month of October week by week all the way up to the end, and see if we can figure out what is going on in your situation. As always, Aquarius, don't force yourself into a reading or even any part of a reading that's not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of Aquarius? What would you like Aquarius to know for the month of October? Aquarius. All right, Aquarius, you are starting out with Justice in the reverse, and you have the Queen of Cups. So you're feeling a little put out. You're feeling like there's a situation that's unbalanced and that you've been treated wrong, and it does look like it is with regard to love. Some of you could be dealing with a Libra or a Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer that you feel like has not treated you properly. Show me the past. Yeah, this could be in a long-standing relationship, or a marriage. It can also be that somebody has been influenced here by close friends or family. I do feel like your finances have been looking good in the past, so be careful, because with Justice in the reverse, there could be some kind of a problem with the finances that could be coming in. Make sure that you're dealing with honest people, because it could be that you could have an issue with your finances because somebody does something that is improper. So just be careful with your finances and your current energy. Show me while this is happening for Aquarius. The Chariot in reverse. Especially, guys, look, if you're looking for a car, be very careful. The Chariot can sometimes indicate transportations or a car or a vehicle, motorcycle, anything like that. So if you're dealing with, if you're looking to purchase a vehicle, be very, very careful, because you may find a vehicle or something here that you absolutely love, but somebody is not dealing with you fairly, and it's going to cause you some problems. So be very careful. I'm getting that strongly for somebody. So, you know, I don't know why. That's not the typical, but that's what I'm seeing. And this is in current energy or near future. Now, for others of you, what I'm seeing here is the reason for all of this is because with regard to love, you may be feeling stuck. You may be feeling like, why are things not working out for me? I feel like you do have a supportive group of friends or family, but you may feel like when it comes to love, things just don't work out for you. There's something to do with stuck energy. For some of you, there could be somebody you have feelings and emotions for, but you could live at a distance from this person, and that could be causing a problem as well. Let's see what's on your mind. Show me what's on Aquarius, the Sun. You're trying to remain positive. Yeah, you've had some realizations here, but I do feel like you're trying to remain positive here. So let's look at October for you, Aquarius. Show me October for Aquarius. Show me October. All right, Nine of Pentacles. So that's a card of being very strongly independent. It also does indicate that if there is something that happens with your money, it does look like it's not going to affect you too deeply. So that's a good thing. But this is a sign of also being single with regard to feelings, love, and emotion. So you're showing up with the Three of Swords in the reverse. So you could be healing from something here that broke your heart. This could be where this stuck energy is coming from. Possibly even third-party situation, but definitely something that was heartbreaking. So show me the energy coming towards Aquarius in October. The Ace of Cups. Woo! From heartbreak to love. That's good. Somebody is trying to give you their cup of love. So, and you're showing up here as single, so yeah, it looks good. Let me see Spirit's advice. The Hangman, Spirit's saying, you know, really look at this. You might need to get a different perspective. Don't jump into anything too quickly. Take your time. You know, you're in charge of this. Take the time that you need to figure it out. Show me the outcome at the end of October for Aquarius. The Wheel of Fortune. Oh, Aquarius. This looks good. Now, I see you're going through something here, and I get that, but I feel like you're trying to maintain a very optimistic attitude, and I love that. I do feel like you're going to have some breakthroughs, some realizations. You've got the Ace of Cups coming towards you. You end with the Wheel of Fortune. So it's like, you know, everything is going to be moving in your favor. So I don't feel like this stuck energy is going to last much longer. It does look like that stuck energy is related to heartbreak. Bottom of the deck is the Eight of Cups. This is underlying energy. You are walking away from things that do not serve you. You're trying to move towards your wish fulfillment, and I do love that. So let's clarify. Spirit, why is justice in reverse for Aquarius? Yeah. So this injustice that was done to you, somebody wronged you either within a relationship, because I'm seeing a solid foundation. This could also be an organization that you work for. Some of you might be going independent. You might be taking a little bit of a pay cut to do so, but I feel like it's going to make you happy if it's a work-related situation. Again, if there is something to do with purchasing a vehicle, there is something, be careful of any kind of contracts that you get involved in, particularly if you're dealing with travel or you're dealing with any type of vehicle that you're purchasing. Let me see why the Queen of Cups is here. Judgment. And the Queen of Wands reversed. So I feel like what's crossing this situation is that you had to make a judgment call, or you're having to, because this is current energy, and that judgment call is telling you that don't take any action currently. You may be dealing with somebody that tried to bring in a third party or tried to bring you in as a third party. This person could be already in another committed connection, and you know, they could be reaching out to you. This would be somebody that you do have feelings and emotions for, but your judgment is telling you, hey, hold back, don't you know, take any action on this. And it's because somebody might be trying to bring you in as a third party. Let me see, and I don't feel like you're going for that. Why is the Ten of Pentacles here? Queen of Swords in the reverse, and the you know what, Aquarius, you're pissed with this person. That's what I'm seeing here. See, you were confused. You were confused about what someone was offering you. And this person could have been in another connection. And maybe they weren't honest with you about that. They may have told you that it was over. They may have told you that, you know, that they were ending something and then they never did. But you were confused. And the confusion has to do with it looks like another connection. So you're angry with this person. This person may have told you that they were going to release someone else, that they were getting out of a situation. They may have said, oh, that person's just terrible. They treat me so terrible. You know, they were not honest with me. But what they were doing is throwing in all of this confusion. With the Seven of Cups here, it's in the reverse. So you resolved this. You got clarity with the Sun. Seven of Cups reverse. You got clarity with regard to this, and I feel like you cut this person out. You have cut this person out. Yeah. So I feel like that's where this injustice comes from. Let me see why the Chariot is here in reverse. The Wheel of Fortune reversed, a lot of stuck energy. So I feel like this person kept you in this stuck energy for a while. Yeah, and now it's time for it to turn, because in your outcome, the Wheel of Fortune goes into the upright. So by the end of the month, you're going to have a reversal. You're going to be moving forward from all of this. And you've got good karma coming your way. But in order to do so, you're going to have to move forward. And I feel like you're realizing that. Why is the Sun here for Aquarius? 5 of Swords. You're realizing somebody was manipulating. Somebody was like creating problems, creating chaos. Somebody was all about themselves. They were highly manipulative. They were playing mind games. And now you're seeing through it. And that's where this sense of injustice is coming from. So you've made a judgment call here. I feel like you developed feelings for this person, but you realize that they were playing games with your heart. So you've walked away from them, or you are in the process of walking away from them. Let's look at October. Show me October for Aquarius. Show me October for Aquarius. All right. We have the Moon in reverse. We have the Ace of Swords reversed. King of Pentacles reversed. 5 of Wands. Page of Pentacles reversed. Page of Cups reversed. A lot of reversals, so there's some karmic element to it. The Empress, I like that. 5 of Cups reversed. The 7 of Swords, 7 of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles reversed. So, what I'm seeing in your energy, I see you being strongly independent in the month of October. I do feel that you've walked away from something that was not in your best interest. It was unbalanced, and you became single and you became quite independent. A lot of you are very much focused on your money and making sure that you are stable here. And I do feel like you are, particularly financially. I feel like you're very stable, and that's a good thing. Now, why did you do this? Well, because I see in the first week of October, there's a realization here. There's an epiphany. And it's because there's something is revealed to you, or you see something. And it has to do with dishonesty, lying, and possibly cheating here with this King of Pentacles in the reverse. This person could have been telling you that they were leaving this relationship, or that they were already out of a relationship. Or you may not have even known about them at all. So what I'm seeing here is that you're realizing that there's lies. Something comes to light. Something is revealed. I definitely see it in like 3 places already where you are seeing something now much more clearly. There's an understanding, a realization that this person is not faithful and that they have lied. And for some of you, this person could be manipulating with regard to finances or money as well. So be very careful with that. In the second week of October, I see you having a conflict with this person, realizing that this person is not really offering you love. They're not offering you anything. This person has nothing to offer you. Again, I feel like for some of you, this person could be trying to manipulate things for financial purposes, others because of the affection. So I do feel like, you know, there's going to be conflict with this person. Could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. Doesn't have to be, though. I do feel that, you know, you're feeling the loss of this connection, but you're also feeling like this person was not transparent with you. They weren't truthful, and you know that they were actually quite immature. The way that they love is immature. The way they communicate is immature. And your energy certainly is not, because you have the Empress energy here. So I do feel like, you know, you have some regrets. You feel this person's been deceitful, and you're going to stand your ground with this person because you know that this is not moving anywhere. It's not going anywhere. I do feel that there is going to be conflict with this person in the second week. And I also feel like you have other energies approaching you, particularly around the middle of the month, because you're in this high energy of the Empress. You're moving into this energy by mid-month where you're realizing your value and your self-worth. And I feel like that's drawing people to you. It's attracting people to you. But I also feel like you're kind of turning those people down. You're not really interested in somebody new at this point. And I do feel that you're kind of holding back your feelings and emotions. You're more or less seated in this Empress energy where you do entertain other options. The Empress always will entertain other ideas, other options, but is very choosy about who they go for. And I do feel like by the third week, I feel like you're realizing that this person that you were dealing with is very deceptive, because I see you looking back at the past. I see you trying to figure out, did this person ever love me at all? Or were they just trying to manipulate me? Were they just trying to, you know, lie to me for their own reasons? You know, I see you questioning a lot of that in the third week. There's definitely a realization by the fourth week that you have to stand your ground with this person. You are coming to terms with the fact that they're deceptive. You're coming to terms with the fact that they have nothing to offer you, that they will keep you in this stuck energy. And I do feel, and we see the underlying reason is there's a lot of stuck energy. Something's not moving forward. And so there's this realization by the end of the month that this is not moving forward. It's just going to be stuck. So I see you standing your ground by the end of the month. And this standing your ground against deception, against the stuck energy, is what is going to bring in this Ace of Cups, and it's going to bring in this Wheel of Fortune. So let's look at your energy, because I feel like this has been difficult. You know, there's heartbreak that you're healing from here. So I feel like, you know, you question if this person had feelings for you at all. All right, we have the Eight of Cups in the reverse. We have the High Priestess. And we have the Six of Swords. So again, I'm getting that same energy that you were trying so hard not to have to walk away from this. Eight of Cups reverse, underlying energy, it's in the upright. I feel like you were trying not to walk away from this. You were trying to do everything you could, Aquarius, to make this work out. However, this may have been a secret connection, or there were definitely secrets. And I feel like, you know, you are ultimately going to walk away from this because you have to heal your energy, and you know it. You know you have to heal. I feel like you almost said to yourself, let me just stay. Maybe I'm wrong. You know, if I just hold out for a little longer, everything's going to go my way here. And then at some point you're realizing, no, it's not. I'm being manipulated. There's too many secrets. There's too many things that are not the way they should be here. I do feel like you use your intuition, and I feel like especially around the middle of the month, you're highly intuitive, and you decide to move forward, moving away from chaos in order to find peace. Now let's see the energy coming towards you. All right, we have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Emperor, and we have the Death card. All right, so I can tell you that somebody here that you may have had an ending with is going to be trying to move towards you. The energies I'm seeing is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Aries, and Scorpio. So you have several, you actually have several options, and I see that in the monthly aspect as well. You have somebody here that is they look like they are an emperor. This is somebody that is trying to come in and offer you love and commitment. This person is well off. They may own a business, or they may be a person of authority, and they could have recently gone through an ending themselves or a transformation. I'm also seeing for some of you, if you're of the male aspect, you have somebody that's coming in that is extremely nurturing, and somebody who could be a mother. And if so, they're likely a very good, caring mother. This is somebody who is very focused on the home and the family. This person has deep feelings for you. I do feel like this is somebody who would be, they feel like you would be the authority figure. So it's somebody who likely has very traditional values. Again, this person may have gone through an ending, but more likely a transformation. So you've definitely got new people in your energy here. I definitely see that. Let's see why the Hangman is here. Show me Spirit's advice for Aquarius. Okay, so we have the Strength card reversed. We have the Ace of Wands. And we have the Two of Swords reversed. So Spirit is saying, take your time with regard to any new beginnings. You know, the decision is ultimately going to be yours, and don't let that decision be based upon fear. You have to be courageous, but and sometimes taking your time and really sussing out, you know, what your options are and what has occurred in your past, it takes a lot of courage. Spirit is saying, don't be suspended in fear, though. You know, there's new beginnings here that you'll have that passion. It's passionate new beginnings that are coming, and ultimately you'll have that decision. So I definitely feel like you guys are moving away from heartbreak and chaos, and you're moving towards opening yourself up. There are opportunities here, but perhaps you weren't open to them until you made that decision. So let's look at your outcome, because you have the Wheel of Fortune, and that's good. That's a nice outcome. All right, so here we have the Ace of Cups reversed. We have the King of Cups. And we have the Nine of Wands reversed. So Spirit is basically saying that this Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor. Again, take your time. Don't just accept anything or anyone. Make sure that this person is loving and somebody that you can trust. By the end of the month, I do see you having a turnaround. I don't see you accepting this cup by the end of the month. I see, though, that you're entertaining it. I do feel like this is somebody who has been trying to offer this cup of love for a long time, whether to you or just in general. They could have been pursuing it, but this person they're kind of tired of endings. They're kind of tired of their cup not being accepted as well, or not finding what it is that they want. I do feel like you're going to be interested in this person, but I also feel like you're going to be taking it very slow, and that's actually going to be in your best interest. There's also a sense here of something that is ending with somebody that you did have feelings and emotions for, that you felt was your soulmate. You felt this person was your significant other. That relationship is ending. You're turning the page. And I feel like it's because you don't trust this person, and you've just given up hope on ever working things out with that person. But I will tell you, that's when new love is approaching. And I do feel like you will entertain it, but you're going to put the brakes on it. You're going to slow it down. And that's not a bad idea. Bottom of the deck is the Knight of Swords. This is underlying energy. And it does indicate that somebody is approaching you with very fast communication, but it's going to occur after you fully walk away from this other situation. All right, so let's see. I'm going to pull an oracle card for you, Aquarius. It looks like a lot of my air signs are going through these endings and opportunity for new beginnings. That was a whole mess of cards, so let me just try that again. Pulling for Aquarius. know why I keep getting these clumps. Pulling for Aquarius. You know what? We're going to split the deck, Aquarius. There we go. All right, so you have skeleton. And it's talking about strength. So give me just a second, and I'm going to read that for you. All right, it says, Halloween is a scary festival. It's meant to frighten. We are meant to feel the release of being pleasantly scared. We trick or treat even though we know that someone may surprise us. We watch horror films knowing that they will scare us. We even dress as skeletons who have no flesh at all, and their bones are there for all to see. In short, we show our vulnerability at Halloween and our strength in facing our fears too. There is incredible strength in showing vulnerability. It can often be the bravest course of action and the most frightening. More often than not, it's a powerful catalyst for personal growth, even though we may not be able to perceive that at the time. By showing our true selves and displaying some balanced vulnerability, we can seek and receive greater understanding from others. By admitting that we are wrong or that we don't have the solution when we're expected to, we leave more room to turn things around faster. By asking for help and support rather than acting as martyrs and feeling resentful, this shows strength and wisdom, not weakness. Should the skeleton card bring itself to your attention, dare to show strength and vulnerability if that is what you really feel. Shame, pride, grudges, or embarrassment are hefty burdens that need not be carried through the darkest of nights. Wow. So allow yourself to be a little bit vulnerable. I think it could also be a game changer for you, Aquarius. All right, I hope this has been helpful. If you have resonated with this reading, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. And until I see you in your next reading, Aquarius, know that you are loved, and namaste.